The Game Awards arrives to close out the year of 2025 in gaming. As expected, Expedition 33 swept the awards, but we are not here to talk about the awards. We are here to talk about the reviews. I will focus on the games that caught my attention or I think deserve to be highlighted, so let's talk about them. The Free Shepherd was the first review of the night, and the first impression was good. Just shepherding sheep could become boring quickly, but the trailer hinted at more with some high-tech monuments, so there might be more to this game than just herding sheep. I predicted that Pragmata would be on TGA, and I got it right. It releases on April 24, but I was surprised when they announced a Switch 2 version and a demo that was available right after the show. Bradley the Badger was the surprise of the pre-show. The platformer is clearly parodying other platformers and previous famous games, and it looks pretty good. The only thing I didn't like was the use of checkered textures to represent interactable objects, but it's just a nitpick. The first trailer of the main show was a big reveal. Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic caught everyone by surprise. The return of Casey Hudson, who worked on KOTOR, is nice, but I can't really get excited until I see more than just a CG trailer. I am a sucker for Star Wars, so I'll remain hopeful for now. Larian revealed their next game, Divinity. Much like Star Wars, it also had a CG-only trailer, so there's not much to go on right now. Capcom finally showed Leon in Resident Evil 9. It had already been leaked that he would be in, so it wasn't mind-blowing for RE fans. It releases on February 27. Order of the Sinking Star is the new puzzle game from Jonathan Blow. It uses a mix and match mechanic to solve different types of puzzles. It reminded me of Cocoon in that regard, but on a 2D grid. His two previous games were good, and he hasn't given me a reason to doubt him yet, so I'm excited for it. The sequel to Control had also been heavily rumored in the lead-up to TGA, so it wasn't a huge surprise when it got announced. It seems the game will focus way more on melee combat when compared to the first one. Gang of Dragon is from the new studio built by Toshihiro Nagoshi, former director of RGG Studios. It seems the game is sticking to a story and setting similar to Yakuza. I wonder how it will perform with Yakuza fans. If it's a big game and releases closest to a Yakuza game, I can see it struggling. The release date will matter a lot for its success. Lego Batman had fun showing how many famous Batman games in movies it is parodying. I don't think it moved the needle much for people that were interested in it, but still a good trailer. Tomb Raider had two trailers. First was Catalyst, releasing in 2027, but the one that got my interest was Legacy of Atlantis, scheduled for 2026. The visuals looked a bit weird, but I'll keep an eye on it. Total War revealed its next entry, Total War Warhammer 40k. Warhammer fans keep feasting, especially in the strategy genre, since Dawn of War 4 is also coming. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Thief wasn't supposed to be a big shock considering how long it has been since 7, but still was. Bandai Namco did a good job keeping it under wraps. Another surprise was Star Wars Galactic Racer. It is not a straight sequel to Pod Racer, but as I said before, I'm a sucker for Star Wars, so I'm interested. This TGA was full of surprises, but by far the biggest one was the reveal of a new Mega Man. Mega Man Dual Override comes in 2027. The gameplay shown wasn't amazing, but just the fact that Capcom remembers Mega Man exists is a big win. The final reveal of the show was Highguard, a new hero shooter from former Respawn devs. The gameplay felt like a mix of Paladins, Valorant, and Apex Legends. I don't think most people were impressed, but since it's a free-to-play game that will release in January, it might get enough players to survive its first weeks. This was definitely one of the better TGAs. There were some good and some decent reviews, with just a few bad ones, so overall a good show. When looking at my predictions, I got it mostly right with Capcom being a big presence, but I missed almost everything else. Leave a comment below about your thoughts on the reviews of the Game Awards, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you around.